The first day of the fifth and final test match between Australia and India, this being played at the WACA Ground in Perth. Welcome to the highlights. It's the 50th test match between Australia and India, and it'll be played in very, very warm weather. 35 degrees promised out there, and the pitch, according to Tony Greig, an absolute belter. There'll be a fast outfield. Alan Border won the toss and decided Australia would bat, and these are the two teams nominated by the skippers at the toss. The Australians, Wayne Phillips makes his debut, Moody is back in the side, Rifle is there, and Warne is 12th man. And for India, Chandrakant Pandit goes out because Kiran Moray has passed his fitness test. So Australia batting first, and we join it at no wicket for one. Prabhakar is the bowler, Mark Taylor is taking strike.
Oh, and that was hit straight to the forward short leg. It was a catch, but luckily he's got a protector in there, and that saved him from a little bit of pain. Have a look at this. It's pitched just outside leg stump, right off the meat of the bat. I don't think you can really call that a chance. Dev to Phillips. He still hasn't got a run. This is his debut. Off the edge and runs. He's off the mark in his test career. Phillips looking for the second. He'll come back for the third. It may even be four. Off the mark with a boundary. Thickish edge. Went down around about the gully area. Always a great relief, that is. So 4 runs, the end of the over. No wicket for 5. This is Prabhakar. It's well bowled and well played too. That might be 4 as well. There's no third man. It's running into the fence, so 2 boundaries. Well, he managed to angle his bat a little bit there and kept the ball down. It hit the outside edge. Thick outside edge, really. Oh, well bowled. Yes, is he out? Caught. He's given out. That's the end of Phillips. Caught behind. That's the little outswinger. What magnificent bowling by Manoj Prabhakar. He bowled him an in-swinger, and then another one, and then gave him the one that flipped away, and that was the end of him. Hit the outside edge, faintly caught behind. What good bowling.
Yes, good length, isn't it? See, he's got him coming forward. He's not too short, and he was away from his body. He was probably looking for the in-swinger there, got the outswinger, and Kiran Moray did the rest, and that's fine performance by Manoj Prabhakar. He's been very, very competitive, and the first wicket, the breakthrough, it's 1 for 10 with Phillips out for 8.
David Boone.
It's David Boone, and in his new capacity as the vice captain of the Australian side, he's also the senior pro, so to speak. This is going to be Dev now bowling to Taylor.
Caught it short leg. Kapil Dev has struck. Taylor got an inside edge onto the pad earlier in the over. Got another one there. Umpire Prue has given the decision, and Australia 2 down. Wayne Phillips and now Mark Taylor.
Taylor going towards offside. In fact, just overbalancing a little bit towards offside. Inside edge onto the pad. So India has struck again, 2 for 21.
On board of the new batsman. This is his 130th test match. 27 consecutive test matches, and he comes out to take the place of Mark Taylor. Boone's got that one away. They can run 4 for that if it doesn't reach the boundary. But the outfield is fast, and that's good. It's like the outfield at the Adelaide Oval, prepared by Les Burdett the other day. Full value for the runs for the batsman. 4 on that occasion to Boone. Change in the bowling. Prabhakar is off, and Srinath from the river end.
On dropped. Tendulkar, who's taken a couple of brilliant catches in the slips. That was a full-blooded cut from David Boone. But you have the advantage here in Perth of being able to stand deeper in the gully. And Tendulkar got both hands on it.
David Boone really slashed hard at it. Wasn't able to keep it down. And Tendulkar, normally the safest of catchers, has put that chance down. It certainly isn't going to do wonders to Srinath's morale. Srinath likes an early wicket or two, and this is certainly going to upset him.
And Tendulkar is into the attack.
That's that better. That's a great shot. That's 4. So Border breaks the shackles. Very positive pull shot. It's 2 for 37. Border drives. There's been 4 boundaries today. That could go all the way. Sadhu giving chase. So this could be the 5th. Will he get it? No, he doesn't. So that's what's needed. The odd boundary or 2 to get the run back. Finding the edge like that, he may get 4, but it wasn't a positive stroke. He was well forward with his wrist. That brings up the 50. It's 2 for 53. Probably don't have a third man here. You have all those fields when you have the mid-off and mid-on. I'm not sure why you need them as much, and you get the edge frustration for the bowl.
No ball and caught behind. But no action out there, because umpire Prue was well ahead with his call. That's not going to please Kapil Dev very much. 35-degree temperature. You find the outside edge. Wicketkeeper Kieran Moray catches it, and echoing in your ear is no ball.
Good shot by Boone. He's always been strong on the onside. Also loves the cut shot. That'll go to the fence. Very fast outfield. And it just slopes away as it gets towards the boundary there. Lovely on drive. In the air and off the bottom edge. Not even close. Second slip there. He was up a little bit too long. Didn't get down quickly enough. Mind you, the ball did go down very sharply off the bottom edge of the bat. And that would have taken some catching. Would have been a great catch, but have a look at it.
There's a little bit of luck running David Boone's way. Slashes it down, and Azhar not quick enough to get down to the catch off the bottom edge. Mind you, fine effort, but these are the catches that need to be taken if India are to get on top.
There's a go, that one. That's vintage Border. Magnificent cover drive. When Alan Border's hitting him off the meat of the bat in that area, then Alan Border's in good form. That's 4. Boone loves them outside off stump. Very, very good cutter of the ball.
Boone, in fact, waiting for the ball to come on and then cutting it a little finer. Normally he cuts the ball square, but this time he waited for the ball to come on and then half cut, half guided it finer for a boundary.
That's no doubt about that one. It's 2 for 86.
Back here at the WACA ground in Perth. It's 2 for 89. Border is 30, Boone 41.
That's the other advantage you've got batting here. Bounce is so predictable that the ball doesn't have to be very short and you can play the pull shot. 2 for 93.
Karapati Raju will continue the bowling in the printable stand end. He likes the cut shot, and this one will bring up 4 runs.
As the bounce assists the bowlers, but also assists the square cutters and the pullers here at the WACA. And David Boone, one of the best square of the wicket players in the world, was given enough room on that occasion. Brings up David Boone's 50. Having a very, very good series, David Boone. Consistent. Professional. One of the reasons why Australia are leading 3-0 in the series. Really a run machine this year, David Boone. Fantastic effort.
Border picks the gap. The outfield should be fast enough. It wasn't perfectly timed, but always value for runs here.
He moves on to 49, and Javagal causing a problem now for the Indian skipper. He's not bowling well enough. He cannot continue to bowl wide and put in the half volley that's just punched down the ground.
And there's the 54, Alan Border. So that's his 50 in Test cricket. There's a big shout there, but umpire Prue is not having any of it. The Indians didn't seem in too much doubt. The shout was immediate. Up him.
Ball turning into Alan Border. The Indian appeal spontaneous. Border not interested. So umpire Prue.
A little bit of bounce there for Kapil Dev, and it's cost him 4 runs. Awful lot of the Australians' runs have come in that area today. It's 2 for 138. And that's got to be an edge, I would think. Yes, umpire Crafter puts the finger up, and Kapil Dev is delighted, and that's a well-earned wicket. 399 he's got now, and once again he gets the Australian skipper.
Well, Kapil Dev did not have to go around the wicket to Border. He was planning this, trying to get Border the same way he got Mark Taylor. Ball coming in, and the inside edge off the pad going to Srikanth at forward short leg. 399 wickets to Kapil Dev. And Australia 3 down, 138.
Jones, the new player, having taken Alan Border's place.
Good shot. Just a little bit too short. Dean Jones is cat-like.
I think they're making it very hard for the spinner with the 3 men in the catching position. It doesn't allow him any width at all. And he's turned 1 or 2 quite sharply here today. See, that one's a little bit flatter and shorter, and Jones back and cut that beautifully for man. It's just to the wicket. He's a very good square of the wicket player.
145. Raju to continue. He's got him. Yes, he's got him. That's it. Dean Jones out off the front edge, closing the face. Naughty boy. When the ball's spinning away from the right-hander, the last thing on earth you do is close the face. He did it. It hit the front edge and went straight to Silly Point.
My word, that was a good catch. That really flew. Srikanth there at Silly Point. You see, closes the face, gets to the front edge, and it flew. Knocked it up and caught it on the rebound. That's a reward for a beautiful piece of bowling by Venkatapati Raju. He's bowled beautifully here today. And Australia not taking the initiative by scoring quickly enough, a 4 for 145.
Tom Moody. Lovely reception as he walked out onto his home ground. Just a bit short, and that's 4. That's a very good shot by Tom Moody. On the back foot, boy, and did he give that one some humpty. The mid-on just a little bit wide, straight down the ground for 4. 4 for 153.
David Boone has found batting hard work. 209 balls he's faced in 250 minutes for his 63 runs, which there are 7 boundaries. Again, Boone cutting. No real need to run for those. 4 for 159. Sadhu again in that deep gully position, backward point really. Does a great piece of fielding there. The ball was virtually past him before he threw out the hand. Saved any run.
On his wrong side, Sidhu a right-hander. Boone once again whacking the ball, and Sidhu making a very good effort down there to stop the runs.
Moody, though, been able to use his feet better than most of the other Australian batsmen. Picked off, in fact, put a bit of pressure on Raju and made a couple of loose deliveries, hit them for boundaries.
Tom Moody showing that he can play the shot off the front foot as well, using his feet. And finding the gap there. Earlier on, he had hit Raju in the same direction off the back foot.
And there'll be his 9th boundary there. It's picked the gap very well, very precise.
Tom Moody has looked the most comfortable of the Australian batsmen against Venkatpati Raju.
So he's really been mucked up with his length on this over, and Tom Moody is the main reason for that. He takes full toll. So 10 runs from that over, Australia 4 for 177.
.50 stand between these two.
Make that 54.
That was a good stroke.
That's a magnificent shot. Don't bother running. Beautiful straight drive. Mid-off, as we said, is wide. Moody has taken advantage of that. Tremendous shot. And off the goes, and that's a single. Well played, David Boone. That takes him to 500 runs in a series.
Well, David Boone joins an elite list of Australians who have scored 500 runs in a series against India, led by, of course, Donald Bradman, Kim Hughes, Bob Simpson, Alan Border, and now David Boone. A fine performance by David Boone, the most successful of the Australian batsmen throughout the series. In fact, the most successful batsman in either side.
Oh, and he's got it off, and it's got to be close. He's got a finger on that one. No ball called. The question is, did Boone get his bat there in time? Well, if he did, it was only just. And umpire Prue, having called no ball, was moving away to his left-hand side.
They're just getting a touch on it, and David Boone just getting his bat down. A very good decision.
In the air, but wide of the wide mid-off, and that will hit the fence and bounce back quite a long way. It's also the end of the over, 4 for 215.
Just 7 more runs added by the Australians to take them up to this final card at the end of the day. So the figure is 4 for 222, 42 to Moody and 91 to David Boone. Tremendous performance from Boone once again. And to notch 500 runs in successive series is an absolutely fantastic effort. The men out, Taylor for 2 and Phillips 8. Border 59 and Jones 7. Partnership between Boone and Border, 117. It took them 296 balls, and it was pretty tough going out there all day, I can tell you. The Indian bowling, well, it's been a day for Kapil Dev. He's gone past the outside edge on a number of occasions, and he's also picked up 2 wickets. Hasn't quite made the 400 wicket mark yet. Prabhakar 1 for 55, Srinath none for 48, and Tendulkar bowled just 4 overs. And I thought Venkatapati Raju bowled very well indeed. 20 overs, 4 maidens, and 1 for 49. Not quite a true reflection, but Tom Moody played him very well. And it was nice to see Tom Moody taking full advantage of the opportunity the selectors have given him. So a slow day at the WACA the first day, but the Australians have got themselves into quite a good position at the end of it. We'll say goodbye to you now from the WACA ground in Perth. The second day of the final test match between Australia and India in Perth. Welcome to the highlights. The first day, a little slow, but Australia got on top towards the end. This is the way their card looked coming into the second morning of play. First of all, you had Boone, who was unbeaten and had done wonderfully well. He was on 91. Moody played extremely well yesterday, 42 not out, and the men out, Taylor for 2, Phillips for 8, Border for 59, and Jones outthought by Raju and dismissed for 7. The bowling figures for India, Kapil Dev had 2 wickets, Raju had the 1, and Prabhakar 1. Conditions very good at the WACA ground for this second day, quite a bit cooler, some 6 or 7 degrees, and Tony Greig reported the pitch again to be in very good shape. We join play now at 4 for 224, 2 runs added to the overnight score. Prabhakar is the bowler, and Tom Moody is taking strike.
There's an edge and a race away for 4.
Just a regulation warm-up ball there for Prabhakar. Tom Moody really not trying to do much with it, just get bat on ball, and he did that with a thick outside edge. There's an easy 4 runs there.
Full pitch, and that'll be 4 more. He's timed that well enough. Starts putting in the big ones. He won't get it. Great value for shots here at the WACA. You don't have to hit the ball well, you just have to find the gaps.
Tom Moody's 50. Really well received here by the WACA crowd. Tom's a local hero. A lot of people have felt for some time that he should have been a regular member of this Australian side, but it just shows the strength of Australian batting that he hasn't been able to force his way into the Test team over the past couple of seasons. He's done it now and done it very well.
Out. That's gone. That's good bowling. Kept the ball up. Moody just probing outside the line of the off stump, and once again it's Prabhakar who breaks through for India just when it was needed. A tentative push. It was a good length delivery. Moody not quite getting to the pitch. It flew low to slip. That's a big breakthrough.
Very similar to the first ball of the over where he just pushed forward. This time the ball swung. You can see the value of the Perth wicket. That ball is carried comfortably, even though it wasn't very firmly struck on the bat. It carried comfortably the first slip. So Tom Moody will be very disappointed with that. Australia 5 for 232.
Ian Healy comes and takes guard. That's a big breakthrough by Prabhakar for India at 5 for 232. The game could go either way as far as the first innings lead is concerned. Boone on 91. Prabhakar has earned that wicket. He's bowled very well without a lot of luck. That's in the air and it's 4. Well, Healy nudging outside the line. It's 4, but a good over from Prabhakar. Conceded 12 runs, but got the wicket they needed. Well played. That could be it. It'll go all the way. Another fine century for David Boone. He's 3rd on the trot.
Another very good performance by David Boone. 290 balls, 359 minutes, almost the full day. 60 minutes in a day's play. 13th Test 100 for David Boone. It's the 6th time he's done it against India. The 2nd time at the WACA.
That's 4 more. David Boone starting to branch out a little bit now that he's got to the century. And a good catch there. Sidhu at point coming forward. So Prabhakar with the little outswinger has induced the outside edge, and that's a good catch by Sidhu at point.
Yes, it is a fine catch there by Navjot Singh Sidhu. David Boone getting a little more confident, going for the drive, and Sidhu diving and coming up with a fine catch. David Boone had started to open out after reaching his 100. But he's gone. Caught Sidhu, bowled Prabhakar. Australia have lost their 6th wicket for 259.
Healy on 10, Hughes 4. 6 for 263. And Ian Healy, who normally hooks in the air, getting that one straight to ground. In fact, almost whacked Srikanth on the toe. That'll be 4 more. It's 1,000 runs in Test cricket for Ian Healy. He's been a very useful player. 6 for 272.
Srinath is going to continue. Javagal Srinath. Got him, caught behind. That one bounced a little bit. Healy went for his normal cut shot. It hit the top edge, went flying off in the air. Very, very good catch by Kiran Moray. He had to get off the ground, took it with 2 gloves. And that's the end of Healy. Out for 28.
Very handy knock for Australia, and had enough urgency about it to make it even more valuable. Ball flew there. Kieran Morrow didn't have to go up for it, but it flew at around about head height all the way. Healy out for 28, and it's now 7 for 290.
Paul Rifle, big moment in his life. This is his first Test match, just 25 years of age. He's down at the non-strikers end at the moment, and a change has been made. Raju has been brought into the attack. Yes, it wasn't going to take him long to do that. That's going out the ground. It's a huge 6. Boy, that's a good bat. He had a big heave at that one. It went flying miles over the top of the mid-on fieldsman's head into the crowd. And Merv Hughes will remember that one for a while.
"16 rows back."
It's in the air, over the top. 4 more. Tried the bouncer. And the hook shot brings up to 300. It was worth a try. And Draker was square, but it went fine off the top edge. Flew away for 4. Got him. Yes, he's out. Good bowling. It's a good effort by the young bowler. He's kept at it today at Mervyn Hughes. Bat pad. And it's 8 for 303.
That's 4 catches to Srikanth. And that one may have even just been played straight to him, straight off the bat. But it was a good spell of bowling there. Yes, straight off the bat. And Srinath has really put in today for his team. And India have picked up 4 wickets in this session to have Australia 8 for 303.
Craig McDermott makes his way to the centre of the WACA. Good start. McDermott. His nickname is Pistol. McDermott off the mark with a nice on drive. Srinath going for the Yorker, full pitch, and McDermott hit down hard on it, got full value. That's a good hit. 6, that's a very good hit. So McDermott strikes back. 8 for 318.
That was the last delivery from Kapil Dev. He just followed right through on it. It's a real crowd killer, that one, when they go thudding into the second row of the seats there.
He's hit him again, straight over the top of mid-off. A couple of bounces into the fence. No way in the world that Dev can put up with this for much longer without having a go back at him. In the air, and that's out, caught behind. Going for that one was Paul Rifle, trying to get it away square off the back foot. A thick outside edge, and Manoj Prabhakar has struck again.
And what a good delivery, pitching on the off stump and just moving a little bit. And Paul Rifle getting the edge for Prabhakar to capture his 4th wicket today. Australia 9 for 338.
McDermott's on strike. Prabhakar the bowler. Oh, good shot. Beautifully played down the ground. Youngsters, have a look at this. If you're going to hit it straight. McDermott really has done this beautifully today.
This is certainly a new McDermott we're seeing. Very, very positive, playing very straight. Earlier test matches he seemed to be a little tentative, but here he's very positive. Crashing that ball over the mid-off for a boundary.
In the air, and that's it. Straight to mid-wicket. Raju does the catching. In fact, it's Srikanth out there. He's taken the catch. So Prabhakar takes 5 wickets, and that shot there played straight to Srikanth at mid-wicket, and that equals the world record for catches by an outfielder in an innings. Well played by McDermott. And very well bowled too by Manoj Prabhakar. 5 for 101 he finished up with. And we'll be back shortly here at the WACA with Richie Bennett.
That was a pretty good performance from both teams there. The Indians fought all the time to take wickets and did so. And the Australians scored at a pretty good rate, which was in contrast to yesterday. 346 they made in all. And the tail wagged very, very well. 35, that partnership between Rifle and McDermott, and 31 between Healy and Hughes. David Boone, 107, his 3rd century in successive innings, and 50 for Tom Moody. The bowling figures for India, 5 for Prabhakar. He bowled very well, and he deserved it. 5 for 101, 32.5 overs and 9 maidens. Kapil Dev, 2 for 103, and Srinath, 2 for 69. So 346 for Australia. And we join play now with the Indian reply in the first over. McDermott is the bowler, and he's bowling to Srikanth.
It's away and it's 4. It's the value of the WACA Ground. You get through the field, it's 4 runs.
There's always a bit of frustration here for bowlers. They can bowl good balls which hit the edge. They go through the gaps, they'll always race away to the boundary.
Nice glance, that'll go all the way for 4. Genuine leg glance, ball going on leg stump, the full face of the bat.
Down.
It's through, that'll go all the way. Twelve off the over, no wicket for 17. Ian Chappell and Richie Bennett take up the commentary.
Well, here's Merv Hughes. There is Srikanth. Just didn't quite get there, just faltered over the last yard or so, it seemed to me. A very nasty catch, swirling in the breeze there. And India remain 0 for 22.
Yes, going into the breeze, and that's the important thing, because with that spin on it, the ball was dropping quickly, and that's what caught Craig McDermott. He wasn't able to get in quickly enough, and I would imagine, having just finished an over, he'd be just getting back to fine leg to recoup.
No doubt about that one. No need for Sidhu to wait. He's out for 5. Srikanth is 19. The first wicket goes at 25, and it was due, if not overdue.
That was a bit of a capitulation shot from Sidhu. He didn't even hang around to wait to see the umpire put his finger in the air. It's 1 for 25.
Sanjay Mantreka, he's not as tall as Navjot Sidhu, and he still has to face Merv Hughes. Well, that's Srikanth just walking away and doing nothing. Umpire Crafter doing nothing. There was no doubt there was a considerable noise there of some kind.
Srikanth was looking at his arm afterwards, and that's the reason why. Ball appearing to flick the shirt or the arm, and that's why umpire Crafter has given it not out.
There it goes again. It flies away for 4 more. It's all happening. Must have hit him on the helmet. The side of the helmet there as he's just weaving out of the way of that bouncer. This
This is Craig McDermott. 2 slips and 2 gullies for him. In the air and dropped. Moody went for it, got both hands to it and put it down.
Well, it's unbelievable, isn't it? The Australian side of late have been dropping a lot of catches. They've been brilliant for probably 18 months in the field. And Craig McDermott cannot believe that. It was big Tom Moody there, who's a very good fieldsman, had plenty of time. It was a genuine edge, and they must be aware that Srikanth is always going to get an edge. He's playing with that angled bat. There it is. And Moody snatched at it in the end. It went through the hands, and that's another let-off for Srikanth.
Oh, and that's in the air. Boone going backwards. Will he catch it? He'll get there. Yes, he will. Taken by David Boone. He's got very, very safe hands. Doesn't drop many. On that occasion, he had to move very quickly away over his head and kept his eye on the ball, and clonk, he got it.
Super catch. Disastrous straight from Chris Srikanth. He's tried 4 times to hole out. This time he gets enough bat onto it. Look where he tries to take it from. It's not a genuine pull shot, it's a shovel shot, and Boone does well. He doesn't panic. Judged it beautifully, having a great season with the bat and in the field, David Boone. And that's the 2nd wicket down, the score on 69.
Shane Warne coming onto the field for Australia as Craig McDermott leaves the field. It's a suggestion that he may have a slight neck problem. That's beaten the slip cordon again. Merv Hughes is coming back on now from the river end, bowling with the wind. Wayne Phillips, one trying to save the runs there. Be a chase in vain as well.
Good heavens. What an astounding catch. What an absolutely magnificent catch by Dean Jones. Standing in that rather funny position I was talking about 3.5 slips. He was away from the 2nd slip and he was away from the gully. Don't need anyone near him.
In fact, Dean Jones has just returned the compliment. Roger Harper caught Dean Jones off exactly the same catch at the MCG a few years ago in exactly the same position, same circumstances. Jones was trying to hit the ball on the onside. Harper took a blinder, and Dean Jones has just returned the compliment to Mandraker. 3 for 100.
New batsman in is Vensarker, joining Tendulkar. Got it. Vensarker has gone. Hughes has struck again. 50 first-class wickets for Merv Hughes in 1991-92. That's a splendid performance.
Last 2 batsmen have been out to Merv, attempting to force the ball on the onside and getting it virtually on the back of the bat. On that occasion, it went through to first slip. And Mark Taylor took the catch. So Merv Hughes striking twice in this session. India 4 for 109.
Mohammad Azharuddin is the new batsman.
Got that one away right off the meat, and don't have to worry about running there. The outfield, despite the fact the ball's rolling into the wind, is very quick, and that was well hit. That was a good shot. No point in chasing that either. A lovely shot by Mohammad Azharuddin. Got that one away, downwind as well. Good shot.
Two or three very good shots from the back foot square of the wicket this afternoon have been struck by Sachin Tendulkar. This is just about the pick of them. Looks to come forward, then rocks back. A wristy stroke.
Oh, he's gone. Yes, he's got him caught behind. That was a big bouncer, and what a dreadful shot that was. He really did have a flirt at it. He should have dropped his hands on it, but he followed it, and that's Healy's 24th catch. 250 first-class dismissals. The Indian captain out caught behind.
Absolute disaster here for India. A short ball started to move away from him off the pitch. Azhar just hung the bat out there, and Terry Prue has signalled him on his way. India in a real mess. 5 for 130.
Tendulkar. Oh, a bowled. Good delivery from Hughes. Good length, a little bit of bounce for him there. That went whizzing past the outside edge.
Hughes generating good pace. Very good bounce on an excellent line. Tendulkar did everything he could to make contact with the ball. It was just too good for him.
Just 5 more runs added to take the Indian total up to this scorecard at the close of play on the second day. 5 for 135. Tendulkar is still there on 31 and playing very well. Night watchman Raju on 1. 5 for 135, and the Australian bowling, McDermott 2 for 34, and Hughes bowled very well once again, 3 for 44. No wickets for Rifle and none for Whitney. So for the moment, at the end of the second day's play at the WACA, it's good night. The third day of the Test match between Australia and India at the WACA, the final game of the series. Welcome to the highlights. And the Indians deep in trouble as the third day began. This is their card. First of all, 5 for 135 with Tendulkar on 31 and Raju 1. And the 5 wickets gained down yesterday with McDermott and Hughes doing wonderfully well so far as the Australians are concerned. Now this third day, very, very bright and a temperature around about 28 degrees. Tony Greig reported not many cracks in the pitch. It still looks to be an absolute beauty and in favour of the batsman. Well, we join play now with the 5th ball. No runs have been added. Whitney is bowling to Venkatapati Raju, and your commentators are Bill Laurie and Ian Chappell.
Gone. Taylor takes the catch. Nice sharp catch at first slip. So the first wicket falls to Michael Whitney this morning at 6 for 135.
Well, the fieldsmen behind the wicket have been having a picnic here for the Australians. Plenty of catches coming and something to always hold their interest. That's a nice way to start off the morning. An edge going comfortably there to Mark Taylor. So Mike Whitney gets his first wicket. And India are now 6 down with Raju heading back to the pavilion for 135.
Kapil Dev makes his way to the crease. India need 12 runs to avoid the follow-on, which is 200 in Test cricket. They're 6 for 135. Here it goes, dropped. Moody got his hands to that. It was a genuine edge. He's a tall man. It was a mark. He couldn't hold it. So let off for Kapil Dev, and he's off the mark. So that's disappointment for Michael Whitney and for Alan Border. We have a good look at that. It was wide. It went quickly, but certainly Moody got both hands to it.
One of the things about a high catch that's really got some steam on it in the slips, they quite often burst straight through the hands because you haven't got the palm behind the ball as much as when you're taking the catch with your fingers pointing down, and you'll often see a fast one burst straight through the hands.
Oh, that's well played. What a fine young player he is. Despite the pressure, the pace of the Australian bowlers, the extra bounce here in Perth, he plays a superb square cut. That's 50. Beautiful 50 from this young man. A star not only now, of the future, Sachin Tendulkar.
Like all great players, he makes it look so easy.
Whitney comes in and bowls to Kapil Dev from the members' end. He hooks, and there's Mervyn Hughes. He's got him straight down his throat. So Whitney strikes again. A good hook shot, but there was Big Merv with his hands steady as a rock, took the catch. So another breakthrough at 7 for 159. That's good, intelligent bowling. He tried him out with the bouncer. He hooked not that well in Adelaide. Got a bit of top edge. This time he got it well, but he found the fieldsman Mervyn Hughes placed inside the boundary. Straightforward catch. Kapil out. A disappointing 4 runs, 7 for 159. All-rounder Manoj Prabhakar comes to the crease.
In the air and out. Got him, no trouble at all. That one hit the outside edge and went flying away. And didn't that bring a smile to Whitney's face? That's his 3rd wicket. And Rifle taking the catch. They're well taken too. It is in that nasty little box area. Not sure whether to take it with your fingers down or fingers up, but this was a good catch.
Thought for a moment it might have got right off the bottom part of the bat, but it wasn't. It was a top edge. He has a reputation of being a good close to the wicket fielder, Paul Rifle. Michael Whitney will be very pleased with this morning's work. India not so, 8 for 159.
Michael Whitney has taken the 3 wickets that have fallen this morning. Raju, Kapil Dev and Prabhakar. He's continuing to bowl from the member stand end. That again requires no running.
Once again, Sachin Tendulkar giving the half-volley the treatment and not even bothering to run. He knew as soon as he hit it that was going to go for boundary.
Rifle yet to take a wicket for Australia in Test cricket. It's bowling from the river end. Again, just a fraction wide, a fraction short. That's all you need to be with Sachin Tendulkar. He has launched himself into this, very quickly responding to the little bit of width that he got, and again he picks the gap. And Craig McDermott coming into the attack for the first time this morning. He's managed to pick the gap here. We've seen the outfield is very fast. The ball will run away from Michael Whitney.
Sachin Tendulkar moves to 96. He's facing Craig McDermott from the members' end. Drives, that could be it. Beats mid-on. Yes, it does. What a fine performance by Sachin Tendulkar. His 200 of the series, and certainly the best in the context of the performance. A magnificent innings by this young man.
Wonderful to watch, and a splendid ovation here from a small crowd. Sort of innings that deserves a crowd of 100,000.
Oh, over the head of Gully. Not going to catch that. That's 4 more. He really went after McDermott. Full slashing blade, and it races away for 4 more.
In the air and well taken, Tom Moody. Big hands, and I tell you, there was no way in the world that that was going to go anywhere other than slap bang into the middle of them. He was due too. He's dropped a couple. Now this one went straight in the middle of those hands.
Tendulkar showed a little lapse of concentration earlier before he fished his bat out to this one. Very disappointed at getting out. But what a marvellous innings it's been. 114 caught Moody, bowled Whitney. India 9 for 240.
It's Javagal Srinath out in the centre. Oh, good shot. Right off the meat of the bat, and he's not worrying about running for that one. Well, there was a little bit of backspin as it hit the turf down at the bottom there, and just for a second he thought he may have to. That's a lovely shot. Oh, he's had a go at that too, over the top of extra cover, down to the boundary there for 4. That's a beautiful shot from Moray. So he goes on to 26 now, right off the meat of the bat. That brings up the 252. Oh, good shot. Beautiful straight drive. You won't see many better than that. That ball swung in, and he was waiting for it, was Kieran Moray. And it only just missed the stumps at the other end. What a lovely straight drive.
That is a straight drive. You couldn't get it any straighter than that. Just missing the stumps at the bowler's end. The ball rocketing into the fence.
In the air, but it's back down the ground. It's scant respect for a fast bowler with a new ball in his hand. In the air, and Ian Healy has taken the catch. It was going towards Mark Taylor at first slip. And all 20 batsmen in the first innings of this Test match have been out-caught. Kieran Moray becomes the 20th victim in the match. Ian Healy moving away well to his right hand, takes the catch in front of Mark Taylor, while Terry Prue collects the bails, and Kieran Moray's very courageous innings of 43 finishes caught Healy bowled Hughes. So 272 India have scored in their first innings, reply to Australia's 346. We'll be back at the WACA shortly with Richie Benaud.
That was a great performance by the Indians to get up to 272 in the end, mainly through Sachin Tendulkar, that wonderful innings, and then Kieran Moray at the end. This is the card of their innings: 272 all out, 89.5 overs, 114 for the young right-hander, and 43 for Kieran Moray. They added 91, and it was a terrific performance, 130 balls faced. And the Australian bowling figures: 2 for 47 for McDermott, who is indisposed today with a neck injury. And the two bowlers who did the job for Border, Merv Hughes and Michael Whitney, a great effort from Hughes, 4 for 82, and Whitney, 4 for 68. So a lead of 74 for the Australians on the first innings. We join play now with Prabhakar bowling, and the batsman taking strike is Wayne Phillips.
Because he's back, maybe just outside the line. He was certainly back. Umpire Prue there, officiating at the river end, beautifully bowled.
That must have very nearly ended the sequence of catches. We've had 20 on the trot, but probably outside the line of off stump, and also I think the height would have worried umpire Prue.
There it is, and he gets it through. It's plenty of bat on it. That'll go all the way for 4 down the hill with the breeze.
Yes, Prabhakar may have to do what Alan Border did, and he had quite a lot of the time 2 slips and 2 gullies. Not only was the second gully there for catches, but it also saved quite a lot of runs.
That's close, got to be close. Was it missing leg stump? My word, it was close. It was a good delivery.
Yes, very good delivery there from Prabhakar. Once again, it was late swing. And just going down leg side.
Javagal Srinath comes in to replace Prabhakar from the river end. That will go away to the boundary, no third man.
Srinath bowling short, and Wayne Phillips just guiding it in the vacant space between gully and second slip. There's no third man. Easy 4 runs there for Wayne Phillips.
In the air, and there's a wicket. He's got the outside edge this time. Kapil Dev takes a very straightforward catch very comfortably. And the 21st wicket in this Test match falls down to a catch.
Phillips pushing at that one. Straightforward catch to Kapil Dev. And Wayne Phillips's debut, not a very good one for Australia. Australia have lost their first wicket. Wayne Phillips got Kapil Dev, bowled Srinath.
With a 74-run first innings lead, Australia are now 101 runs in front.
And David Boone, burly and uncomplicated and already a century maker in this match, has joined Mark Taylor.
Good shot. Straight delivery, beautifully played by Taylor on the onside. It's going downwind, will reach the boundary. That's the longest boundary on this ground, right off the meat of the bat. Oh, big appeal there for LBW. It's given him out LBW. Taylor's not happy. Got quite a long way forward there, but that was an outswinger. Straightening down the line, and 400 wickets for Kapil Dev, the second man in the history of the game of cricket to have reached that milestone.
It's a very good scalp in Mark Taylor, the swinging Yorker. Taylor was a fraction forward, so Kapil Dev joins Richard Hadley, the only two players to take 400 wickets in Test cricket, and he's a very happy man. Standing ovation from the crowd here at the WACA. Finally, Kapil Dev gets his 400th wicket. What a magnificent performer for India over many, many years of international cricket.
So there he is, acknowledging the applause. The second man to have taken 400 Test wickets. Richard Hadley took approximately 20,436 balls to achieve that milestone. And he's taken 24,853 balls to get there. That's a lot of bowling. Dean Jones out in the centre. Down to the boundary. It's a little flirty. It went flying away. Dev jumped up in the air, nowhere near him though.
He doesn't look at these yet, Dean Jones, doesn't he? He had the two bounces. It wasn't a bad piece of bowling. He sacrificed a run. That was just a fraction too short. It was close enough to him. There wasn't a lot of width, but it was too short.
Oh, yes, that's gone. No, he's put his head down. Perhaps he got a little nick on that one. Whee! That had to be close. 2 for 48.
It's going to cost him 4, a good delivery, but it just goes down as a 4 in the scorebook. 2 for 53. 9 to Boone, 11 to Jones. At the members' end, it's going to be Venkatapati Raju, who comes on at the members' end. Raju was the man who got rid of Dean Jones in the first innings. Jones going to try and attempt to hit him out of the attack. Lofts him just to the left of the sight board. Spin bowler won't be put off by that, though.
In fact, that's an encouraging sign, because he's got the batsman in an attacking frame of mind.
In the air, but right through the gap in the covers. And even into the breeze, going away to the fence. It's 2 for 77.
David Boone playing the pull shot rather than the hook shot. Ball looks like it will just get to the boundary.
It's a great pity. I bet the batsmen are cursing because they've run 5 at least. Fielder at short square leg was very slow to move, so too the one down at deep fine. And it just trickled in. The fielder thought it was going to go easily, so he relaxed.
Good timing there by Dean Jones, and very good placement as well. Don't have to run for too many of those.
Got that right off the sweet spot, I would think.
One of the problems with the breeze blowing in that way and only 3 fielders on the leg side, Prabhakar has to be very careful about his line. It's generally the ball that he's trying to bowl the outswinger with, which causes him the problems, because if it doesn't take against that wind, then it's sliding onto the pads of Boone and Jones. They're both very good players on the leg side.
He'll be back for the second. And he's changed his mind. This is a run out. Oh, he's dropped it. Dean Jones has almost done it to Boone. He came charging back down the wicket, then send Boone back, and it takes a bit to stop David Boone. He had to stop, turn around and try and get back, and had it been gathered, I'm sure that he would have been run out by Dean Jones.
Well, yes, he left his partner for dead there, Dean Jones. He was charging for the second, and then suddenly he stopped, and Kieran Moray not taking that one on the bounce. And David Boone has just gone down and had a chat with Dean Jones and said, mate, make up your mind a bit earlier than that.
Well, you certainly can't give batsmen of that calibre an opportunity of that kind. Jones and Boone, a tremendous mix-up there. The Indians fumbled it, and they might regret it in the end. 3 more runs added to take the final score for the Australians up to that figure on the scorecard, 2 for 104. Boone 35 and Jones 34, and the batsmen out, Phillips for 14 and Taylor for 16. And the Indian bowling figures, Srinath got the first one, and Kapil Dev, that wonderful moment, that absolutely wonderful moment when he picked up his 400th wicket. So this is a situation now at the WACA Ground in Perth, similar to Adelaide. If the Australians can get on and make another 230, 240 tomorrow, then India will have a run chase on their hands on the final day of this Test match. For the moment, from the WACA, it's good night. Welcome to the highlights of the 4th day's play in Perth. This is the final Test match between Australia and India. The Australians in pretty good shape at the end of the 3rd day. This is the way their card looked, 2 for 104, Boone 35 and Jones 34, each of them playing very well indeed. And the Indian bowling, Srinath has a wicket, and Kapil Dev took his 400th wicket when he dismissed Mark Taylor. We join play now in perfect conditions with no addition to the score. It's still 2 for 104, and Prabhakar is the bowler. He's coming in to bowl to Dean Jones, your commentators Tony Gregg and Ian Chappell.
That's a very well played shot. We'll just come back to that in a second. Beautifully played, that one off the back foot by Dean Jones. So that'll go for 4. Lovely shot. So I didn't demonstrate this one.
That's a beautiful shot from Dean Jones. Nice way to start the day. And that really will get your confidence going.
In the air, and Dev again, like shelling peas, up to his right-hand side, and he simply moved his hands across, took the catch beautifully, and that's the end of Boone.
Well, he's obviously working on a 3rd leg. He's now going for the 100 catches. He's got the 400 wickets, the 4,000 runs. Let's make it 100 catches. That takes him to 58, Kapil Dev, and Australia are 3 for 113.
Tom Moody, the batsman. This is his 5th Test match. Not a bad batting average in Test cricket. Anything over 40, you're doing okay. However, it's very early days for him. Run away past Shrikant down towards the square leg fence. They'll come back for the 3rd, or Dean Jones will. They're going for the non-strikers insensibly, but there are overthrows here. This could be 9. So back comes Tom Moody. Will this be overthrows again? No, it won't. So an all-run 5. And had there been a chance at having another go at Moody, there may have been more overthrows. That's the end of the over, 3 for 118.
Oh, great shot. Cool shot. Played a short delivery. Australia now leads by 200. They had a 74 lead on the first innings. Superbly played pull shot. Capital depth to continue to Tom Moody. Jones on the back foot. Moody struggling. That would have been out, surely. That was good work by Sukant. He got there, had 3 stumps and missed. Moody really struggled. There was a bit of hesitation from Dean Jones, but Sukant went for the bowler's end, and there's Kapil Dev. That was very, very close. Didn't make the stumps. Let's watch this again. There's Sukant. He's got him covered. He's got the ball. You can't run as fast as you can throw. He would have been well out. It's well struck. Could go all the way. Yes, it does. So Dean Jones has been quite slow this morning. Breaks the shackles with a glorious straight drive. It's fielded by Sukant at short leg. He just threw the hand out. Jones will pick up 2 so fast. Excellent running, and that's 50 for Dean Jones. 50 much needed by the dashing Victorian. He's been struggling in the series. It's his second 50 in a 5-match series.
He's gone about it the right way too.
Oops, that'll go away. Maybe some pad there. We'll look for the umpire, Terry Prue, for the call. No, some runs there for Jones. He got some bat and pad. It's 3 for 152 as drinks come on the ground.
249 run lead now for Australia. Renard will continue. Be bowling to Tom Moody. In the commentary position we have Tony Gregg and Bill Laurie.
Smarth, the river end, Moody drives. That'll be 4. That's what you like to see from Tom Moody. He's a big man. He's a good timer of the ball, but he really went after that half volley and punched it away for 4. The lead is 250, and both these players who want to consolidate in the test side batting very sensibly here this morning and this afternoon. Tony Gregg.
Yes, that's certainly the case. Jones has been very restrained outside off stump. He knows he needs another score, and this is the sort of treatment Tom Moody dishes out to half volleys.
Raju coming around the wicket to Tom Moody. Well played, good placement.
He's managed to drag that back, and he's had to make a few yards in order to get it in. They've managed to run 4.
And it's driving, dropped in. Wow, can you believe that? He's thrown the ball up. A beautiful piece of bowling, beat him in flight, and he dropped it. Unbelievably, come over the wicket, changed the line, and put it down.
Yes, Jones not happy about that either. He has played so well, hasn't given a chance. Down the wicket he goes. He's already hit him for 6 early on. Straightforward return catch. Don't drop those off your own bowling. It's of course very disappointing, but that shot played into the gap there brings up Moody's 50. And so both the batsmen out there now have cracked the half-century mark.
Both of them, that could have been out this morning. Tom Moody, who's played very well for his second 50 of the match, should have been run out, and he was on 17 by Sukant. He had 3 stumps to hit. He missed from short range, and then of course Raju's just dropped Dean Jones. But a fine effort, 2 on the trot. That's what's needed for Moody, and good time too. Only off 73 balls faced. It's beautifully played, and they won't get that. That's 4. Jones drives, and that's a glorious shot. Use of the feet, found the gap, placed that superbly.
And what does Venkatpati Raju do now? When he flights, Dean Jones comes down the wicket and smashes him through the covers. And when he drops it a bit short, Tom Moody also hits him through the covers off the back foot. Jones using his feet beautifully, and more importantly finding that gap.
As Prabhakar comes on to bowl from the river end. You can't play much straighter than that.
Barker trying for swing, keeping the ball up there. And that's been a feature of Jones' batting today. His footwork has been so positive. He's been coming well forward to combat the swing. On that occasion, his footwork produced a juicy half volley, and he certainly dealt with it.
There's the 150 partnership, and that'll be Dean Jones' century. Well-deserved 100. He's worked very hard for that 100. He's made sure of it. His 10th Test century, his second against India, and his second at Perth. His 30th first-class 100. So a very good innings from Dean Jones. I think the fact that he's hit that ball straight back down the ground is indicative of how straight he's played throughout the innings.
Well, there's overthrows. They get runs. Moray couldn't make it either. It was an interesting one. That'll get 5 here. Well, is he going all the way? Yes, that'll be 5. 4. He went back, so 4. So there, Moody looking for 100, sent back by Jones, going for the single.
So this is the way it happened. Tom Moody pushed it out in the offside. Srikanth came in, didn't think, just hurled it at the stumps. Gentle throw would have allowed Moray to come in, catch it, and sweep the bails off on the run. Not easy to do, but I think that's the way it should have been done. Srikanth's looking very dejected, as though he's unlucky. But I think he'd have been better off just to think for an instant before he threw.
It's well driven. That'll be 4. Moody goes to 97. Glorious on drive. Barker, who's prepared to pitch up. Didn't move, comes straight onto the bat and timed that beautifully.
Lovely shot. He's a very strong driver of both back and front foot. Could hardly have a better example of the on drive than that. Not far wide of the stumps.
And Tom Moody brings up his first 100 against India. His first Test match against India. It's his second Test match 100 overall. Great ovation. His 27th first-class 100.
Fine achievement. Century on debut against India. Dean Jones achieved that in Madras in 1986-87. Others to do it. David Boone, Greg Ritchie, Greg Chappell. And on board Graham Yallop, Keith Stackpole, and Don Bradman. Select band.
So out, bounces short. He's out. Well, he's caught it. It looked from behind, so if it didn't carry, there wasn't much animation from the close to the wicket fieldsman. So Tom Moody departs for 101. Good catch by Moray off Kapil diving forward. So the end of a fine 100 from Tom Moody. His first against India. And hopefully suggests that he'll make a lot more Test 100s. Good catch that. May have boggled out, but he gathered it in the end. It's 4 for 286.
So Healy, who's completed the wicket-keeping double, 1,000 runs and 100 dismissals, is out there at the moment facing Raju. Yes, is that out? Yes, he's got him off the glove, then the pad, and up in the air. And Kiran Moray, the wicketkeeper, holding the ball up in one glove. He picked the little deflection off the glove onto the pad there, or perhaps the noise, and that's the end of Ian Healy.
Definitely the instruction to get on with it. Ian Healy looking to play as many shots as possible. Could have been a little bit of bat onto arm. No doubt, according to umpire Tony Crafter, Australia now 5 for 298.
The new batsman is Merv Hughes, and he's about to face up to Raju. Now we know what Merv Hughes does to spinners. He either blocks them or slogs them, and they've got the message, the Indians. They've got one back at long on, one back at long off. It's a very delicate little shot by Merv Hughes. Nice little paddle, fine. 5 for 312. Oh, that's in the air. This will be out. He's underneath it, is Tendulkar. He doesn't drop him. No way in the world. Small hands, but boy, eyes like an eagle. And he watched that all the way. It went miles up in the air, but he never looked like doing anything other than catching it.
Merv Hughes looking to play more of a pull shot than a hook shot. The bounce here snuck up on him. Also the line, and well outside off stump. Very hard to hit it square of the wicket from there. Even with a badly bruised hand, Tendulkar takes what was not that easy a catch. 6 for 315.
130 test matches alongside the name of Alan Border. And over 9,000 test runs. He's out there now. That's good news from Australia's point of view.
That's a long hit. Only going to bounce once and go over the fence. He did hit it downwind.
Once again, Dean Jones picking the incoming delivery, which Srinath bowls the incoming delivery and clipping it high over square leg. One bounce into the boundary.
That's got Border off the mark. Just going to trickle into the boundary. And off and straight over the top of Raju.
Border now making his intentions very, very clear, stepping away and having a whack at that, and Raju never even looked as if he was going to catch it.
That's much better hit.
In the air, there's a fieldsman out there, but the wind has carried it straight over his head. Amre, the substitute fielder. And there comes the declaration. Australia 6 for 367. .442 required to win. Dean Jones not out 150. So we've got ourselves an interesting afternoon and a full day tomorrow. We'll be back here at the WACA in a few moments with Richie Bennett.
Welcome back. Well, that was a great performance from the Australians and a good declaration by Alan Border. This is the way the card looked at the close of their innings. 6 for 367. That's a great performance from Dean Jones. 150 not out. He needed the runs. Great thing was he played so well. And Tom Moody, I was delighted to see him get 100. He's a very good player and he adds a lot of impetus to the middle of the order there. 6 for 367. And the Indian bowling, Kapil Dev didn't do a great deal of work today, but bowled well. 2 for 48. Prabhakar 1 for 116. Didn't bowl with all that much luck. Srinath 2 for 121. And Venkatapati Raju 1 for 78. So 442 needed by the Indians to win this match. The pitch is still good and the outfield is like lightning. We join play now in the 7th over. McDermott is the bowler and he's bowling to Srikant, and it's no wicket for 19.
Some pad that'll race away, possible leg buys. There's 4 leg buys, they all count. No wicket for 23. Goes again. That's going to be 4, I think, down the hill. Runs all the way down to the long boundary, square leg. Get over for India. No wicket for 34. It's well played. It was slow delivery. He waited, he picked it, and he timed it.
appears as though the two opening batsmen have suddenly decided there are no demons in this pitch. They've come to grips with the bounce. Oh, that one didn't bounce. Sidhu didn't give it the chance to. Maybe Tendulkar's innings has shown them that there are no great demons in the pitch. And in fact, if you use the bounce, it can work for you.
Go all the way down the hill. He strays onto the leg stump. No wicket for 43.
And we're going to see a change now. Paul Rifle is being introduced into the attack. This is his second opportunity, or his second innings out there in his first test match. In the air and through the gap. Yes, I don't think Jones picked that up. He was the closest to it. Just judging by his reaction there. He seemed to pick it up very well.
Navjot Singh Sidhu, having been dropped from the Indian team for the World Cup, out there batting with great determination. He slashed his ball, short ball from Paul Rifle over the slip, scored him for a boundary.
Oh, and that one nipped back a little bit. He didn't expect that at all. That hit him straight in the chest. And I can tell you that just judging by his reaction there, didn't enjoy that too much. If my memory serves me correctly, in the second innings, just watch this ball nip back and whack straight in the chest, right under the heart.
Srikanth dropping his wrists. Doesn't want to get out caught fending.
He's had a go at that one outside off stump, and it'll go down to the boundary for 4, and he'll go for his little walk around again. Takes a little stroll. He's a real walker, he is. Once he's played a shot or played and missed, whatever, at the end of the over.
After that boundary from Srikanth, with 3 more runs added to take it up to no wicket for 55 at the close of play. Good performance from the Indian openers. That's exactly what they needed, and it's what hasn't been done in earlier matches on this tour. That's the way the card looks. Srikanth 26 not out. Sidhu is 24 not out. And the bowling figures for Australia, no wickets in the key column there. McDermott, Hughes, Rifle and Whitney, the men used. Don't forget that Border has a hamstring injury. They may not have a spinner able to bowl. Dean Jones can bowl some off-spin, but that's not quite the same thing. So I think we're in for a very good match, a very good final day here. It might be similar to Adelaide, and if so, that would be very exciting. For the moment, from the WACA Ground in Perth, it's good night. A chance for glory for India on the final day of this last Test match being played at the WACA Ground in Perth. Welcome to the highlights, and this is the way the day began for them. At no wicket for 55, Srikanth 26 and Sidhu 24, and the total they need is 442. If ever it's to be done, it'll be on this ground with its excellent pitch, very fast and bouncy, and the lightning fast outfield. The Australian bowlers, no wickets for them in the column that matters there, and it's those men, McDermott, Hughes, Rifle and Whitney, on whom the responsibility will fall today. Perfect conditions. We join play with no addition to the score. It's the second ball, and Hughes is coming into bowl to Srikanth.
Oh, what a good delivery. That was an unbelievable ball. It looked as if it hit something. It didn't, other than a crack right in the centre of the wicket there, and went flying away, and even Healy had a problem getting to it.
One of the problems with batting in Perth in the latter stages of a Test match, the cracks that Tony's been talking about during the introduction each morning. That's hit one.
Well, he's cut that one away, and this fast outfield will see to it that it carries to the boundary. So that's really the first meaningful, aggressive shot that has emanated from the bat of the Indian this morning. No wicket for 62. In the air, and Rifles dropped it. He should have caught that straight forward. He looked as if he was very tense as it came flying in his direction. Down she went.
Have a look at his arms here. He's reaching out to grab the ball. He's got very stiff arms. That's what's knocked the ball down. Didn't wait for the ball to come to him. It was a reasonably straightforward catch as far as slip and gully catches go. Just moving to his left. Got to it all right. The arms very tense, as Tony pointed out.
It's a warm day in Perth, around 28 degrees, but the sea breeze is just about to hit the ground. That'll cool things down nicely. Here's McDermott. That's not going to cool any of the Australians' tempers down. He's given that the fierce slash, and it's just whipped away over the slips.
Oh, what a brilliant catch that one is. Well, one has gone down. Dean Jones has done it again in exactly the same position. Not quite as spectacular, but it's a good one.
It wasn't far off, was it? That first innings one was quite brilliant. He's saw sunglasses today, but that's a wicket for Rifle. It'll be very welcome for him. He needed it. Oh, that is tremendous. What a marvellous catch. Sidhu goes, 1 for 82, and Rifle has his first Test wicket.
Breaker on strike to Paul Rifle. Lifted by that wicket. His first in Test cricket. Magic moment for him. Drives, and that's a better shot. Going onto the front foot. Didn't quite time it, but it'll run all the way down the hill for 4 runs. So it's 1 for 86. Change at the members end. Michael Whitney coming into the attack. Craig McDermott this morning. 7 overs, 9 overs, 6 maidens, no wicket for 10. It's gone. Jones again takes a beauty. Fine catch by Dean Jones at third slip, having a wonderful match in that chord. And Srikant slashed off Whitney, and Jones took a great mark. A superb catch. So India now 2 for 90.
It certainly is turning out to be Dean Jones's match. Srikant finally playing a slash after having restrained himself, and Jones leaping up and bringing down that catch. Another brilliant effort there from Dean Jones to get rid of Krishnamachari Srikant. Srikant really has struggled right through this series. That's his highest score of the series. India have lost their second wicket for 90.
Sachin Tendulkar makes his way to the centre of the WACA ground because India have lost their second wicket. Srikant out for 38. Michael Whitney, his first over, struck. And all of a sudden, India in a little bit of trouble here now. A good start once again. He's certainly a little character, isn't he? He's got a lot of confidence. He's oozing confidence and class. And he starts off with a big thrash through the covers for 4. Nothing like being young and fearless and in form. Could be the youngest player ever to get 1,000 runs in Test cricket. He's 49 in this innings. Here's his start. This is his reply.
What a fine way to get off the mark. Shows the confidence that the young man has. Quite natural too. Got a brilliant 100 in the first innings. Full of sparkling shots.
In the air and gone. Tom Moody taking the catch that time. The ball flying away. Around about shoulder height. Tendulkar out for 5. And really the Indians now are beginning to fall to pieces.
That was a good sharp catch by Moody. Always the opportunity for catches on this ground with the fast pitch. That just swung away from Tendulkar, as well bowled by Rifle. We were talking the other day about him being a bit underdone coming into this match. Needed the work in the first innings. So Tendulkar is gone. It's 3 for 97.
Dilip Venkata, 116 Test matches. He's got a batting average of 42. It's up to him now to face the music. Oh, and that's in the air. That's out. Yes, it's got to hit the glove. No point in even waiting for the umpire's decision. A bit of extra bounce, that one. Hit the glove, I think, and Wacka is on his way.
Around about Coogee, there'll be much rejoicing. That's where Whitney comes from. And plays with the Randwick club. It was a good delivery. The batsman really had no idea what he was going to do with it. In the end, it was what a self-protection. It flew off the glove, and Whitney has another victim, 4 for 103.
Mohammad Azharuddin, captain of this Indian side which is in all sorts of strife. Really have struggled in this series. Made 11 in the first innings, and this is why he's out there. Michael Whitney bouncing that one in. Wacka had no idea. He was looking down towards square leg when that one hit him, probably on the splice of the bat, a bit of glove in there as well, and just ballooned up to Moody. No trouble at all. Notice how his head moved there. He really didn't know what was going on. So that's the end of a very disappointed Wacka. 4 for 103. In the air and into the gap. Well, they've decided to employ an extra fieldsman at short mid-wicket for anything that's flicked up on the onside. But the way Mohammad Azharuddin got out in the first innings, one would have thought that may justify an extra slip. This is that last shot into the gap and down to the boundary. And this is the way he got out in the first innings.
Plenty of problems out there.
Oh, very nearly caught.
Bit of a jar there for Michael Whitney in attempting to make that catch. Just short of Michael Whitney.
In the air, yes, he's gone. Big nick there, well bowled Michael Whitney. 5 down for Nelson.
Well, you can just underline what I said before about round Coogee. Michael Whitney will be a hero. He's slipped in again for another wicket. Good delivery.